up and running.
All right, welcome to the show, folks. Full moon tomorrow night, debate Wednesday night, Halloween Saturday night. The American Adversaries Drive Time Primetime Show, Monday through Friday. And don't forget our 3-hour classic tour every Sunday night. We took a 3-hour classic tour tonight, compliments of, well, with pizza compliments of Cafe Positano and Aubrey Kahn. And boy, oh boy, I tell you what, I could sure get into a pizza eating contest right now.
Oh, yeah.
Night. Oh, that was good pizza. All right, well, we got a good show lined up for you today, folks. Hopefully it'll morph into a great show. All right, if you want to be a part of it, give us a call at 407-774-8255. That's right, you got the American Adversaries Drive Time Primetime Show once again coming to you live on FM 105.5 and AM 660, The Answer, from the Mercury Free Broadcasting Studios. And please do not forget, for the very best in Mercury Free dental care, call my dentist, who I'll be seeing, let me see, in a couple of weeks here. You can get him at 407-678-3399. And don't forget, he has written a great book, Mercury Free, about we should all be mercury free. We'll never be truly liberal free, but we can work hard at it, and that's what we try to do around here. And by the way, General Lucas Paris is in the studio today, so he's got us up on the Pariscope. General Paris, please tell the folks how they can see us as well as hear us.
Go to YouTube, type in Adversaries TV, and there you will find the complete body of our work with the newest of videos up at the top and the older ones descending downward from there. You can also type in Pariscope and find us, but Adversaries TV is the fastest way.
And how do you spell Pariscope?
P-A-R-A-S, cope.
And that's what we try to do around here too, folks. Help you cope with the news of the day. And we got a bunch of news today. The Wall Street Journal is running a headline story. Now the Afghanis are looking to the Russians for help with their situation. Talk about turning everything over, lock, stock, and barrel, turnkey operation from the Middle East, from the United States leadership to Russian leadership. Yeah, there's some news out about Jeb Bush. We talked a little bit about last night. We'll cover that a little bit more today. There's also Mitt Romney's been grousing around about the likes of us, so we shall talk about that today. If we have time, we're going to talk about the Highgate Cemetery in London and the outrageous thing that they are doing. And we're also going to have Abe Katzman on today. It's Monday. We're going to have Abe on today. He's written a great article about the Democrat candidates and from the Israeli perspective. So we're going to go over that with Abe as well as some other things. And then in the second hour, we're going to have Ken Dwyer and Dan Peterson. They're going to come in and tell us about a small business forum that you will be able to attend tomorrow night downtown, featuring Lieutenant Governor Carlos Lopez Cantera, who is running to take Marco Rubio's seat. Which brings me to where I want to start off today, because the Washington Post has run an article saying that Marco Rubio hates his job. That is to say, he hates being a United States senator. And so I guess that means that we're supposed to now promote him to even higher job and higher responsibility. After I saw that, it kind of reminded me of, I don't know, some of you folks out there probably don't, never heard of, but most of you may have, the Peter Principle. Have you ever heard of the Peter Principle there, Lucas?
Basically, I believe what the Peter Principle is that you go as far as wherever you are aiming. So if your arrow falls a little short or goes a certain length, wherever you land is where you're at. You can't go any further after your landing.
That's not quite it. Nick, do you know what the Peter Principle is? Nick's shaking his head no. The Peter Principle, I forget the guy who came up with it. The Peter Principle is that normally in, say, business or government or something like that, in a big organization, people are promoted to their level of incompetency.
Ah,
In other words, you're good at a job, so you deserve a promotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they keep doing that until you get to where you can't do the job anymore. And I wonder sometimes if we haven't done that with Marco Rubio. Now, I know that he is, now that Jeb Bush has got better things to do, which, as far as I'm concerned, why ain't you doing them? Because you ain't doing very good at what you are doing right now. And you don't seem to be enjoying, not having any joy, as you said you wanted to have. So go do the things you wanted to go. As we said last night, don't let the door hit you in the tail on the way out, Mr. Jeb Bush. You got better things to do, go do them. Who's stopping you? Assuming that he's got better things to do and is going to go do them, whether he wants to or not, Marco Rubio is now going to be the fallback guy for the Republican establishment. And they're going to do everything that they can to promote him, boost him, pump him up, and knock everybody else down. And of course the two main ones that they want to knock down, and the sooner the better, are, it used to be one, now it's two, and that is Donald Trump, of course, and Ben Carson now as well. And they're trying to use Ben Carson to take down Trump, and it'll be vice versa. And I just got this from Nostradamus. Obama proves the Peter Principle correct. Well, I'm afraid we're going to have another one here. All right, and I'll get to that in a second. Certainly, if Hillary gets elected, she's already proven the Peter Principle would be correct a long time ago. Maybe in more ways than one. I'll just leave it at that. But Marco Rubio, what has he done to deserve to be President of the United States? What has he done to qualify him to be President of the United States of America? I mean, he's about an insider as they come. But that's what the establishment likes about him. They've been grooming him since he came on the scene down in Miami, I don't know, what, 20 years ago? He's spent all of his life either in law school or in politics. And I hate to say it, folks, but he will be malleable to the powers that be. In other words, he'll be doing their biddings. What is his great claim to fame in the Senate, which he hates being a senator, we now know, as though that were a secret? Oh yeah, that immigration reform bill, the comprehensive bill, which was going to give it all the way to the Democrats. Yeah, the Gang of Eight, where he sided with a fellow by the name of McCain and another fellow by the name of Schumer and another fellow by the name of Menendez. And they came up with this great plan. And now we're going to promote him to be President of the United States. Well, he could beat Hillary Clinton. Yeah, but can he be a good president? That is really what we should be asking here. Yeah, obviously we want to beat Hillary Clinton or whoever the nominee is on the other side. But at the end of the day, we got to put somebody in there that can do the damn job, or we're going to end up with something worse on the other side. I wrote an article for our, let's see, not the newsletter, not the Intel Brief that's out now, but the one prior to that, in which I said, I entitled it, "That Son of a Bush." And what I said was, you know, encapsulated in a nutshell, and I believe Eva or someone called last week and said somebody else was talking about that. Well, I beat him to it, Eva, or whoever is called with that, where I said, look, let's look at what happened with George H.W. Bush. He comes along after one of the greatest presidents, if not the greatest president in the history of the United States, certainly I think since George Washington, and he says he's going to have a different way of doing things. He's going to have a kinder, gentler conservatism. We're going to have a kinder, gentler nation. Well, what he gave us at the end of the day was Bill Clinton. Because, see, he wasn't true to conservatism. If you're true to conservatism, you don't have to tag on the adjectives kinder, gentler. They are part of the definition, sir. And then after Clinton, what do we get? We get W. Bush, who what was his adjective? Oh yeah, compassionate conservatism. Well, I'm sorry, that's included in the definition too. You see, but see that's establishment talk, and that's mealy mouth we're going to be Democrat-light nonsense is what that really amounts to. And what did we get after George W. Bush? Oh yeah, the fellow who's still in there right now, who some of you think he ain't going to go away. That's right, Barry Hussein Satoru Obama. So, we don't need something else like that. And I'm afraid that's exactly what we'll get, as I was saying in the article, if we had elected Jeb. And I get that same sinking feeling when I think of Marco Rubio. What really has this man ever done in his life that really qualifies? He talks a good game. Oh, well, big deal. So does Barack Obama.